The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. In the year of our Lord 1197, 5 Canaanites were sent to the lands beyond the forest to serve those who ruled Transylvania. With their diplomacy, they were granted a city to rule as they see fit. With their strength, they solidified control and protected their domain from invaders. With their knowledge, they ruled for 2 centuries of relative Canaanite peace. But they cannot stop the prophecies, for the ancient war, all but forgotten, stirs afresh. And those whom you have cursed to save yourself shall break free of their bonds at last. Welcome to the Transylvania Chronicles. Welcome to our Vampire Dark Ages stream. We here at McStabber Studios understand that some of the subjects that come up during this chronicle are problematic by modern standards. Our goal is to handle these kinds of situations in a manner that does not directly or indirectly glorify these kinds of actions. While we understand that we are playing in a world of monsters, that does not mean we must be the monsters ourselves. Please also be aware, none of our cast are experts in history. That means there will be some deviations between the world timeline and the vampiric world. You can go ahead and chalk that up to the Canaanite influence on the mortals around them. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our story. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios' Vampire Dark Ages, Glimpses of History. I am, of course, the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and tonight I'll be playing Saint Olga of Kiev, the La Sombra.
I'm Junie Vanish, and I'm playing Peregrine McSullivan of Clan Asimant.
Hello, I'm Beetle Spock, and I'll be playing Yves Marchand of Clan Toreador.
Hello, I'm Maddox, and I'll be playing Snatcher of Clan Nosferatu.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Revenus Archon, and I get to play Agustin de la Cruz, also of Clan La Sombra.
So, welcome to the year 1413, everybody. When we were last with this group of Canaanites, they had finally arrived at, it was actually at Medaesh, to talk with the traveling folk to find out where the missing bracelets were. And they were under attack by inquisitors. Now, even true faith mortals are obviously not that much of a threat, because this group murdered 14 of them. And only one of this group was in serious danger, Snatcher. But even him, once he focused on the combat at hand, walked away unscathed from 4-on-1. Well, not unscathed, wounded, but you survived. But during the, I guess I'll put it, the chaos of battle, the priest in charge, he managed to take one of the Romani, the fortune teller, who actually had the object they were looking for, the Elisabetta, and has taken her to a fortress, Hermdestadt, an abandoned fortress outside the city. And so when we left off, this group was riding along with an extra companion, which, let me find his name again, because I forgot his name. It's been a week, everybody. See what happens when Shanky has to spend a whole week staring at spreadsheets? Anastas. He's of Clan Ravnos. So you all are en route to Hermdestadt, riding the horses. Because you're not taking a wagon, you definitely can get there rather quickly compared to the rest, what it would normally take. So what is your plan?
Olga looks to Gwen and says, they must have a water source.
They must, and I may have the exact thing I need to put it in and take care of them. I have no problem with this. It's child's play.
I say
Did
we
this when
do
I was a
that.
ghoul.
And then next nightfall, we see who's still standing.
I'm good with this.
Do we know if this faith protects you from the embrace? I have an idea.
I mean, our sire has it. I doubt it does.
Good.
I would recommend against it. If you're planning what I assume you're planning.
My friend Snatcher, when you embrace someone, it is customary to drain them, yes, and to take their blood into yourself so that you may transform it. But there is nothing that has been told to me that I have to be the one that drains them. I could just drain them like stuck pigs and then give them my blood.
Or you do not actually have to drain them. If they are dying, you can give them the blood.
I was more recommending maybe do not embrace.
I understand
Oh,
that, but sometimes turning something into the monster it hates is punishment.
A
Correct.
lesson must
Yeah.
be made.
But a punishment that is then
And then we
locked.
destroy him as a weak, newly created.
And Anastas looks over at you all. Is this the normal way you all act?
And he
We
looks at, and she looks, we are La Sombra.
And all of us manage a city. We've had to develop
Creative punishments.
that.
Bloodthirsty.
Yes,
We-
and
We
good point.
exist around Zamisi. What did you expect?
We're nothing like Nova Arpad.
A disservice has been done, a wrong that needs to be right. In my clan, you do this. You turn around and right the wrong. Or would you rather do this on your own to save your clanmate?
No, Peregrine, he is correct. I overstepped my boundaries. Anastas, would you like to be the one that embraces the survivors?
I can have them drained quickly with my knife, no problem.
No,
Exactly.
they're not of my people. I will not create a child
If
from
you're
outside the traveling folk.
If you're looking for a traditional punishment, my clan oftentimes does such, although that is why I recommend against it. I've seen what it rings.
Oh, it's not
brings.
like they're going to survive.
I will say, though, if you wish for the punishment to take full effect, you would need to wait a night or two for
But that is true, brother.
it to fully take.
Do you wish to be that patient?
I kind of do and I kind of don't, because I want to leave them out in the sun so that they may be closer to their god when they are gone.
Hmm.
As a pagan, I agree with this, because why don't they get blessed by the sun and be purified, as they say in their book?
The sun is part of the Trinity, or so I have been told.
This?
Have you done this before? I mean, I'm
Do
assuming-
not
I
ask
think-
questions you don't want answers to.
I'm just, it's out of curiosity.
Me, personally, I have not.
Leaving out for the sun is something you do for things that truly are not of concern to you anymore,
Right.
I will
because
say,
then the world takes it from you.
it is creative, brother. I must give you credit where it is due. However, I think that expediency is in our benefit in this situation.
The sooner we are done with Nova Arpad, the sooner we can get done with our sire, yes.
Exactly.
You're correct.
So, we poison their well. Whether it kills them or makes them incredibly ill, I don't care. And whoever's left standing obviously didn't drink enough and will be dehydrated on top of trying to fight us.
I mean, we still have to wait out for the sun for the arm, I'm assuming, right?
Well, yes, we will leave that
we
out.
can do that tonight.
We can do that when the sun rises.
Please. I've already taken care of this. No worries.
So yes,
I'm
we're not going to attack
multitask.
tonight. We do not have enough time before the sun rises. We must rest. But we poisoned the well before we rest. Then we rest and we go in when night falls again and clean house.
Yes, sweep the floor.
And when we arrive, if nothing else, the horses will know where to find water. I can simply ask them.
Oh, yes. The biggest concern then becomes finding a place that is safe for us during the day.
I was going to ask that. You have, I mean, there's small little towns. How risky are you going to be to push through this night?
Could we make it to the city proper?
You think you could? You'll be cutting it close, but you think you can. Thankfully, the land has been quiet here lately. There's not a lot of the earthquakes and stuff that normally goes on. You'll cut it close.
What if we ghoul the horse on the way?
That would give you definitely a better chance. Gold horses don't need to rest nearly as
I'm
much.
willing to listen to other ideas. I don't have to be the one always leading everything.
Yep. I'll do that to mine.
But you do it so well.
I know.
There's adventure in you.
Augustine, do you have inoffensive to animals?
I don't.
Olga does.
You're best to let Olga do it then, or anyone with inoffensive to animals to ghoul the horses, because you're going to have trouble getting them to actually drink your blood.
Oh,
Look, I got animalism and animal ken.
I mean, we can
think
go
Snatcher
I'm
can
pretty.
coerce.
I think I'm pretty chill with
Or
animals.
we go to any damn small village and get people to give us shelter. We have dominate.
this is true.
Now, if you stay for the night, or for the day, that does mean you'll have more than enough time to poison and plan everything out. The only downside of that is less time for the poison to take effect rather than let it set all day.
Oh, you
The
got
ghouling
it
is a great
wrong.
idea, though, because ghouling the horses would definitely give you a lot more buffer time.
Fine. Olga and Snatcher will go around and ghoul the horses.
Okay. Let's see. There's 6 total, so 3 rouse checks each.
Not a problem.
I can do some as well. if you
Okay.
would like to
Then,
divide some.
well, that gives you 3
2
people,
each.
2 each.
Yeah. If Snatcher will coerce my horse, I would be okay rousing my own blood for the ghouling.
Horse, my horse.
You see Snatcher walk up and just start doing very quiet, almost whispered, sort of like horse whinnies. Because that's how animalism works.
I swear, I know that you're using your ability, but it just looks so silly.
The best thing you can do is teach it to a Malkavian, then they fit right in with everything.
8 on the rouse, so no blood loss. At some point, I know that we will have to sit down and you will have to teach me this so that I'm not dependent on you.
Easy enough to learn. What was
Success
that?
on the fail.
Oh, I didn't need to do 3, but that's okay.
You only needed 2.
That's okay.
But it's not a botch, so you're good.
Yeah.
I also mirror Beetlespock and got a success and a fail for the rouse.
A botch on a rouse check, all your blood just spurts out.
Oh, God.
Okay. So that definitely, I mean, to be fair, if you've ghouled your horses, you're gaining on the Inquisitors that were ahead of you. So you're going to arrive there not much longer after they arrive themselves. Because, well, gold horses. You don't have a carriage that slows you down either. You don't have a long train of people behind you. It's just riding the shit out of your horses.
Mm-hmm. But they can endure it because they're gold.
Because they're gold. Yep.
Infinite stamina.
So you arrive, it's probably about 2 hours before dawn when you reach the outskirts of Hermdestadt. Now, it's clear, because I know Gwen there has been using tracking Illuminate Trail of Prey. You see exactly where they went. It's an old rundown, I'd call it a fortress, but it's more ruins. The walls are not intact. The gate's not intact. The interior of it, it looks like there was a fire at some point because the stones are scorched, but it's intact enough that it's shelter for the night. But as you're, getting there, you see there's one guard outside the gate. It's a broken gate, but he's just one guard. And to be fair, he doesn't seem very attentive. He seems to be caring for his sword at the moment.
Obfuscate around him.
Oh, I was about to say, obfuscate and assassinate his ass.
I'm going to remind the players that in the last episode, a number of them saw through obfuscate.
And if he sees through it, we all attack.
I'm just reminded in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't forget.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
I didn't forget. That's why I was going to ask. Gwen, do you need any help with us using the shadows to help you, since they clearly saw through some of your and Snatcher's abilities?
I always welcome help, especially when I'm going to, shall we say, end our friends on a very not happy note.
Do you want him distracted? More?
Sure, let's just say this poison is very lethal and not going to let them last for long after they drink it. I don't know if you guys know about the yew tree, which may or may not be named after Eve's.
I'm kind of confused. What are we doing?
Going to sneak in and
Are we
poison the
actually
well.
attacking them now since we have 2 hours, or are we going to poison them and wait during the
Poison
day?
No, I thought we were doing the poison thing.
I have no idea
No.
what we're doing.
No.
Because you
I just
said
wanted to
distract one person, but that kind of got me off.
I just wanted to use some shadows to help Gwen get close.
He
In
doesn't
case they
seem
can
to
see.
react to you, Gwen. This one may not be able to see through your obfuscate. Are you going into the place?
I'm going to the well, and I'm going to poison
Inside
it. That's my
the
job.
walls, what's left of the walls, there is a well. It's kind of raggedy. It is, barely together still. I wouldn't call it much of a well. It's more like a hole in the ground where you see a bucket beside it that they've been using to lower it in to pull the water.
And she will go in, and she has several large vials that she just opens and wraps. And I did send you a thing on the poison.
Yep, I saw.
So she knows that this is going to be very effective.
Do you put it in the water, or do you just put it in the bottom of their bucket?
Both.
Okay.
Why not? Why?
I ask because if
Cover
it's in
all
the bucket,
bases.
it'll be less diluted than just dropping it in the well.
That's why she's putting several vials in, because she's not sure how deep the water is, but both the bucket and into the well.
Okay.
And she will sneak right back out using.
Yeah, the guy doesn't seem to notice. He's too busy polishing his sword to even look up.
And that's not a
All
euphemism.
about the sword.
Mm.
And she will come back to the group going, "It is done. We now can go."
So how fast acting is this? It's just definitely by tomorrow night.
They should be at least. I put it in the well and I put it in the bucket. So either way, they have either one way or another. They will be dead. A very painful death. Or some might be in a coma. No one knows yet until they drink it.
Were there any that you saw that perhaps did not deserve this fate inside.
You've seen your face? And you're still asking if some do not deserve this fate?
In some ways, I
Olga
did.
literally makes a disgruntled grunt and then smacks her back end of her horse to get it moving towards shelter.
Let's find a place to sleep.
Peregrine will tell Snatcher, no, they deserve this fate for what they have done to the innocents. Do not worry on your humanity, Snatcher. I understand.
It's just a village. There are bound to be at least a few.
Oh, not the village. Just the people here in this rundown bullshit of a thing. The village will be fine. These people will die. The ones that have
this is the
caused all
abandoned
problem.
fortress. This is not the town's well water.
Yes. No, I will not poison the well water for the town. I just poison the people. This, and I will take care of the poison after they are dead. Okay.
Then allow me a small indulgence.
Okay.
And Snatcher will just lift up his shirt slightly, reach under, and take out a rat. Of course, I have them on me. And I would like to send it to just sort of scope out the inside of the fortress. Don't get caught. Prioritize escape, all that shit. But just look around, see what big ones are around, that sort of thing, so that I have some working inside information as well.
Okay.
And that rat can go off and get food and stuff too. I'm not telling it to only watch the fort, but I want to have a rat on the inside.
Okay. You're gonna wait and come back and talk to it the next day after y'all come back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're close enough to the city. You can go and easily find lodging in the city. You can't go inside the city. You have to go into one of the inns that are right outside the walls of the city,
Olga
because
would have gone there and already worked on securing rooms for everyone.
Because the doors would be closed. They won't let you in the gate at night.
Mm-hmm.
Not this early in the morning, but an inn is an inn. It is an inn.
Mm-hmm.
So you all get shelter for the night as you are. I'll give you all a scene as you're gathered in a series of rooms. I know Olga didn't pick the cheapest. She picked one of the most expensive of the groups because Olga. She's not going to stay in a great room in a mass of people.
Right.
No.
Right. There is antidote for this poison just in case others need to use the well.
Yes, I've created one.
Excellent. Excellent.
But I will disperse and make sure that the well is no longer of use after this.
Oh, excellent. Perfect.
No, so I am not worried about it. And only the people that we are affecting will be affected.
Does this poison affect our kind in any way?
No, only those that draw breath.
Good.
Excellent. And she looks to the Ravnos and says, the one that they captured,
Yes.
your child.
Yes. I'm going to ask you this. When we rescue her, do not let her know she is my child.
She doesn't know.
No. I embraced her when I was a different person,
Ah.
with a different face.
Hmm.
I know a little bit about the lords of this land. I didn't always look like this.
What does she believe her relation is to you then?
I am a cousin.
Easy enough.
We are members of the same tribe, after all.
Of course.
Does she know that you are Canite?
Oh, of course.
As she is as well.
Yes, she is as well.
I understand that many people keep different secrets, so I had to make certain.
All right. Peregrine, you've taken care of the arm, so we will have the ash collected.
Yes.
Excellent.
I put it in the room, the one room. I suggest we all stay in one room where I can, shall we say, perform a ritual to secure its safety, so that, say, somebody comes in and the sunlight comes in, it is all protected.
All right.
This is
Will do.
new.
She'll do Defense of Sacred Haven.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Let me pull that power up because that's not one I have memorized because,
Snatcher seems engrossed, just watching.
Yeah.
Defense of Sacred Haven. That is a level 1 ritual.
Yes, it is.
So it takes 1 rouse check and intelligence occult. 3 plus the level of difficulty. Wow. The difficulty is going to be 4. Yeah.
My cults. No, I didn't pick these things specifically for reasons.
If you can't get at least 1 4. Yeah.
That's 5.
So what this does is if any sunlight does happen to come into the room, it actually looks like turns it into harmless moonlight. And this stays in effect until she exits the room. So it's clear Gwen is not leaving the room for the night.
I will stay.
There's nothing out there to leave to.
Okay.
And in the one room, she will have the doors open and the arm prepped on a, one of her shawls. So as the sunlight hits it, it will burn the arm. And
Okay.
leave ash.
But the ash will stay on the shawl so we can collect it.
Yep.
Perfect.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So with the coming of the day, do y'all need to talk about anything else or y'all good?
We're good.
With the
All right.
coming of the day, you sleep the sleep of the dead. Nobody comes to disturb you. Nobody comes in the room. I'm assuming competence that you drug a bed or something to make sure the door doesn't open anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because assume competence. And with the setting of the sun, you rise once again. As the curse lifts and you have, supple limbs once more.
Do we smell the ash, the burning?
No, you
the
wouldn't smell it.
No?
It's not like it catches fire. It just crumbles to ash.
I'll move the whatever we put in front of the door out of the way so that we can have access to the outside again.
Gwen will go and collect the ash and put it into a secure
Yep, there's a nice little
leather
pile of
pouch.
ash waiting for you.
She'll take care of that.
Has he started the process of regrowing his arm already?
He's got a stump still. It's going to take a day or two to fully grow it back because that counts as aggravated when you lose a limb.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And then the arm is just good old white ash in a shell.
It's
No?
black ash, actually, with an oily
Black, okay.
residue.
And she
Sorry,
puts
I've
it
never
into a leather
actually
pouch.
known what color the ash that Kindred burn into was.
It's a black, sooty,
Black soot.
oily
Oily.
ash.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
She puts it into a leather pouch, secures it. Okay, that is all done. Are we ready?
I believe so.
Okay.
Shall we check on our results?
And as you go down, the innkeeper looks over. You going to be staying another night, lords and ladies?
No, only the one night. Thank you for your hospitality. And she sets a pouch.
Be careful on the roads at night. It's dangerous out there.
It is. We will be fine. We have companions that are meeting us just up the road.
You have just a little bit more time before the gates closed if you need to go in the city.
Thank you, innkeeper.
Most kind.
Much appreciated.
And he takes the coins when they hit the bag with coins in it. When it hit the bar, it disappeared.
Oh, yeah. Quick like.
I mean, Snatcher's impressed by the sleight of hand where that bag disappears quick.
And they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you head back, get your horses from the stable.
Mm-hmm.
They have been cared for the night. The stable boy,
For the day.
or for the day, they took care of them, fed them, groomed them. And you head back towards this abandoned fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Wits aware or perception aware or perception alertness, not awareness, because that's supernatural shit. We're not looking for supernatural.
Do I get the advantage of eyes in the back of my head?
Sure.
And what about the tech weakness?
Wow. I got a botch.
I'll let you have detect weakness.
Nice.
Olga's too
Pars-
focused.
I have got.
Olga don't see shit.
I don't see shit.
So farsighted?
Sure. Wow. Yeah, botch. That's
Diff is 6, correct?
yep. Diff is 6.
Really?
I'm okay with 4 successes.
6.
6.
One.
3 successes, but one was a 10, so that's nice.
Gwen, as you're all are approaching the abandoned fortress, you have to stop Olga before she stumbles over a dead body standing on the ground, because she was just gonna
March right in.
yeah, because I assume you didn't take your horses all the way up to the fortress.
No.
You tied them
Left
up
them at the gate.
right. So you had to stop her from stomping on the dead body.
Oh, dear, don't show your dress. The body will
And
do something.
It's clearly one of the Inquisitor's guards. His lips are blue.
Oh, he drank the water.
Look at that. Olga takes her axe out, ready for anything left standing.
Nasty way to go, by the way, because if your lips are turning blue, that means you're not getting oxygen in your blood anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Also, storyteller, I'll start calling for my rat.
And your rat comes scurrying out.
And I pick him up,
And it's
give
bloody.
him a few pets. Oh, I'll feed him some blood. There you go.
Your rat's in distress. It's dying.
Oh, shit.
It was feeding on the dead bodies in there.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Sorry. That I cannot
It didn't
control.
get a high enough dose that it's already dead, but it's clearly dying.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do. I'm not a vet.
Mm-mm.
Ate good. Ate good food.
Didn't you have the antidote?
Yes, I do.
I don't think it'll, for a rat, I don't know if it'll be quick enough.
She takes out a small vial and she'll go, "Ooh, good. You could try."
I'll try, because
Okay.
saving a rat's better than not.
Okay, we'll find out if that works.
They breed decently, but losing one is still annoying.
But it looks at you and dead, all of them.
Oh. Thank you. And then I'll just hold it and try to keep it comfortable.
No, it's too late to save it.
Then to spare it extra pain, I'm going to snap its neck.
Okay. Oh,
And then
very
I'm not-
humane for the Nosferatu.
I'm not letting go of it because I'm going to bury it. But I'll do that later.
Give a proper funeral rites to a rat. I mean, that's very Snatcher.
Yep.
That's so Snatcher.
What news?
Corpses, the lot.
Excellent.
Oh, good.
I still, for my own sanity, want to do a walkthrough.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Let's find the child.
And as you're going in, it's odd. You find a guard here. One's naked. It's clear there was some cognitive impairment before they expired. One seemed to have fallen on his own sword. That's a sin.
Hmm.
But they're all dead. And as you go into the actual fortress itself, the upper stories are all gone. But it's clear, you can tell by the lit torch that's just sputtering and going out now, that they were down in the basement area of the place, down in the dungeons. And as you head down into the dungeons, even that place is ruined, other than there was one room that still had a solid oak door on it. And as you go inside, Anastas immediately runs over to the kindred chained on the death on a table. She's got a stake through her, but they chained her as well. And Father Renzo is dead at her feet. Looks like he clawed his own eyes out at some point.
Mhm.
Oh, this-
I'm going to take a trophy off of him.
Okay.
Probably an ear.
Look, you poison him with you.
I'm going to take like a sigil or a fucking holy item or something off of him.
You poisoning
Sorry, right.
is
You're not
fucked
to
up,
me,
by the way.
Sombra.
It really is.
You
I'm sorry,
poisoning
what?
is no joke.
No, I poison to kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she'll take
will turn-
she'll take something off of him that's a trophy.
Is his corpse still faithful?
No,
Like, is it hard to get near his body?
no, he's dead. True faith expires on death unless he gets embraced.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got a pair of, if he has a set of rosary reeds, Peregrine will take it.
Okay, he's even got a Bible, nice leather bound.
We can probably add that to our church back home if we need to.
No, why?
Every single one we don't have to have for others, we can then have a spare.
Anastas pulls the stake out of Elizabeta, and he bites his wrist to give her some blood to wake her. And it just takes a little bit, but he's higher generation, so his blood will wake her quick. And as she sits up, when she sees him, she just immediately smiles. I knew you'd save me. And then she looks over at you all. Momentous events indeed. I didn't know that the momentous events would be saving me. I was aware of everything going on, even in my sleep. What did you do to them? It drove them mad.
You fuck with my clan, we tend to kill for good reasons, and that poison is not well taken by most mortals. It's quick, it's fast, and it drives them crazy. You're welcome. I may have also killed off their oxygen supply, but this is fine.
We will need the magnificent treasure hanging around your neck.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there is the dirty business of recompensation.
Anastas goes, and they also need your bracelets.
Yes.
And she
Please and
takes off
thank you.
2 heavy gold bracelets. She pulls the necklace off, and looking closely at it, it is engraved with cuneiform, and it looks like something you've seen before.
Immediately, I'll just turn and look at Peregrine.
Oh yeah, we're so getting we're going to get a rubbing of this before we give it back. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. As is tradition.
That is
Yep.
tradition.
And Anastas
Me-
also takes off the brooch with the amber stone in it that's flat on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Peregrine will immediately take a rubbing.
Okay.
And I will gather up the jewelry. And
And
in response, I will give a large purse of gold to them. I wish for you and your people to be able to afford to live. I wish for you and your people to find a place that is safe for them. And I know in this land, no place is truly safe. You are welcome to head north to Belgrade. You will not be enslaved. Your people will not be enslaved. There's opportunity there. If you do not feel comfortable living within city proper, there are villages that are dot around the city that are under our watch.
You understand, even with this, it's hard to trust.
I understand.
We've been given promises before, but in this particular case, I owe you for your help in this. So
See it for yourself.
it will take us a while before we can come. We have to gather up all the people
Avoid
that's scattered.
the city where you stole these items. Go straight north.
Oh, we won't return to that city.
But there is food, there is work,
Education.
and
too.
education.
Very well.
So, Snatcher, would you like to dig a body and put the dear father into his proper resting place in the pit of the water
And
bury him upwards?
Anastas and Delizabeta, they leave because they've got to rush back because they've got to find their people. They're
Gotta
scattered.
find their people.
Did she seem to react to the fact that he doesn't have an arm?
No.
Oh.
She's not totally in her frame of mind yet.
Okay.
No.
Before we do any burying of any kind, I'm definitely going to be searching this body for anything. I know that people were taking mementos and stuff, but I'm like digging through everything, every pocket, every fold of fabric.
He's a typical churchman of this era. He's got rings that he's taken from people, jewelry he's taken from people,
Mine.
coins. It's clear that he not only was purging the unclean, he was purging their wallets.
Oh, yeah. He's a fucking thief.
How hard would it be to remove his robes?
Not hard. They're robes.
I'm taking them.
They're bloody, but you have to get the blood out.
Oh, we can clean. We have people to clean.
We have people.
Yeah. Snatcher,
We're the rulers of a city.
why are you taking the men's robes?
Memento mori.
You're not going to wear them and parade around town pretending to be an inquisitor, are you?
Oh, that would be entertaining. Maybe some other night.
I didn't know you were into that kind of thing.
Start a community play.
Oh,
A play with costume, if you will. A costume play.
Eve wrote The Pit and the Pendulum. We didn't know that, but he did.
And then I'd also like to search the room that he set up in case there's any valuable shit or stuff we're
what do you
missing
consider
here.
valuable? There's a lot of instruments of torture in there.
Oh, Olga
Eh.
might take some of those.
Thumb screws.
Yeah. I'll leave.
Tongue stretcher.
I'll leave the people who are all like
Ones
actually
that
into
are
that
actually
shit.
portable.
Well, most of them are. He didn't really bring.
Yeah, I imagine they have like a chest in here that they had this stuff in. So she's going to put it back in the chest and literally
Just
pick
haul
up.
the chest.
Just haul the chest. Yeah.
I believe this is called Christmas.
Yes.
We have got presents now.
Yes. Jesus blesses us.
we are far from the season, but
I'm going to take. What?
As I say, who knows? Christmas in July, it'll be fine. It'll catch on centuries from now.
It's like, you're long before Christmas was a holiday. I'm just saying.
Mhm, yes.
fine.
I'm going to take
Yeah.
I'm going to take the steak that was in her, and I'm just going to plop that into the back of my belt.
Ironically enough, it's a used steak.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
I thought you said used.
No, you.
you'd think that true faith would have a bit of idea of foreshadowing, but nope.
Oh, Christina, that's a very good piece of wood. You will enjoy that steak.
I don't plan to eat it. I just.
No, it is a yew. It's from the tree that.
It is not
used
me.
Poison. Yew, Y-E-W.
You tree.
Ah, that's
He
what
was
that's
walking,
called.
speaking in English.
It makes
like,
good
"God damn,
bows too.
I don't know anything about archery.
You should. Saved your life.
It's just stabbing from a distance. It's rather
Exactly.
True.
I'd rather stab in person. It's very intimate.
But unfortunately, with those people that had the true faith, I was able to kill them from a distance so that I didn't have to worry about the horse falling on me.
Did you not see the 6 that I killed from a distance with the large
Is that
shadow
before or
hand?
after you ran away?
That was before I ran away.
Okay, I just want to remember this
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, so I technically have more kills than you do at this point.
Don't count yourself
Did
that
you
way.
see how I took out that horse?
You did take out that horse masterfully.
That poor horse.
I stabbed the guy with a paintbrush.
Yes, you
You
did.
did.
I'm,
You
I'm
did stab
sorta
a guy
proud
with
of
a
that.
paintbrush.
I need it back, but
The one we stepped over on the road, I think, was one of the ones that hurt me. So at least there's that.
Yes.
You wanted
Well,
to go outside and kick him?
let's take
No.
care of the well and move on so we can get these back.
Yes.
So what is the plan with the well? I'm just curious.
It's us taking the father's body, burying him in the well upright so that it dissipates the water, and also takes it so it goes deeper into the ground so it dissipates, and people will not drink or go near anything where a dead body is.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
So they'll have to, if they want this place again, they'll just dig a new well.
Well, if they want to
Yep.
use it again, they'll have to build a new fortress. It
Yeah.
is not. Yeah.
This isn't Zelios make.
No, it's not.
Mm.
Oh man. It
So
might be
the
too hard. Do you
body
think I should?
wouldn't. Sorry.
No, sure.
So the body wouldn't, with the have the poison in it and contaminate the water supply.
The water's already this is only a small well, so it's contained within that well. It will not go to
Okay.
other well sources outwards.
All right.
So putting a body inside the water supply, people will not drink it and people will avoid it.
Yeah, when they
And
go
she
and
will-
pull water from that well, what they'll come back with is nasty ass water. They could even smell it and tell that there's a body.
Yeah.
And she'll
Mm.
smash the bucket to make sure that no one uses that bucket and throw it in with the body. And then
Oh,
bury
you can
it.
even throw stones over it because the place is wrecked enough. You can throw
Yeah.
stones.
You can throw stones over it.
Yeah. It don't take many stones to block up a well.
Mm-mm.
And she
Should
knows for a
we-
fact. Go ahead.
Should we collapse the fortress, or would that be
Waste
too much?
time. No.
It's a
Time is taking care of that itself.
Yeah, collapsing the upper levels of the fortress would be an undertaking. There's a lot of base stone still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time will erode it.
Very well.
We put some of the dead bodies out on the well. It'll be fine.
Give it another
no one will
100
go near
years and
us.
half the stones will be missing because people will have carted them out of there to use them
To
for
use
other
them to
things.
build.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What happened to all the other Roman fortresses?
Mm-hmm.
I'd also like to take a little bit of time to bury the rat.
Okay. Do you do anything with the dead inquisitors other than leave one in a well?
Around the well. So their skeletons, as they decompose, will warn people off from the well.
Mm.
Just lean them up so it's a bunch of skeletons leaning against a well, and then there's one down there that people can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I'm
leave their
actually-
armor and everything on them?
Oh, no.
Yeah. No?
No. Actually, you know what? If it's emblazoned armor, yes.
Yeah,
of
just
course
leave it on
is.
them.
Of course it is. So, yeah, we're going to leave the fucking Roman Catholics there in their
Yeah.
armor so people
How
know what
many-
happens to Roman Catholics in Transylvania.
How many are there?
There were 6,
6?
plus
I'm
Father
gonna
Renzo.
Okay, I'm gonna set it up so that it's one on top of the well, one perpendicular on either side of the well, and then the rest down the line of the well to make like a cross.
Oh.
And just like head to foot, foot to head to foot.
I was going to ask if there's a special way you're arranging the bodies.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I have mentalities.
Oh. And
Symbolism.
Olga's just like, Augustine, that is truly wonderful.
They are blessed.
Nobody's
Oh
gonna,
boy.
to take some like ash or dirt and put the cross on their head like Ash Wednesday, sort of, but that's actually better.
So you all are heading back now to Nova Arpads, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you need a talk on your way back? You don't have to ride as hard this time, but
How long is the ride again?
you can still get there in a day
Yeah.
Okay.
because it's a lot earlier you're leaving now than you did after going to the Romani camp
Yeah.
the previous night. So,
So literally we can make it before sunrise.
okay.
And we have gold horses now.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I wish one of these were sturdy enough to have survived. I would have liked to have embraced them and given them over to Nova Arpad as the thief in question.
Mm.
So you take the time to head back. And you arrive. You still got hours before dawn.
Excellent.
When you arrive back at her mansion, and as soon as you're noticed, the her elderly major domo greets you and escorts you back to the same room she had met you in before with the books that appear not to have been read. And when she comes in, she looks around.
Prince, we have good tidings for you. And she has displayed out all the pieces that they were able to collect. I believe there may be one small trinket missing due to them likely trading it for their people to eat. However, their camp was attacked by Roman Catholic inquisitors, and before we could apprehend the thief, he was destroyed. And she nods to Peregrine to hand over the ashes. We collected what we could for you.
She looks at the ashes, takes them and lays it on the table. She picks up the jewelry. I asked for you to make sure this thief was brought back to me for justice. And you didn't even bring me back all my jewelry. I'm disappointed in what you've done. And also disappointed in your sire's assurance for your capability.
Really?
My servants will have payment for you for your time. You may collect it as you leave. Please depart my domain before I forget that you're guests and fellow princes.
And Olga stands up and looks at her with steel in her eyes and says, I don't think you will ever forget. And exits.
And as you exit, the servant, the major domo at the door, hands you 2 librum, which, you know, for a peasant, that's a lot of money. For you all, it's a bit insulting.
Can I try and put the 2 that he gives me back into his pocket?
Sure, you're going to do that's a larceny roll, right?
Oh,
Or a sleight of hand even, depending. Let's see, no, legerdemain. Dexterity legerdemain. You got a good pull for that.
Mm-hmm. I do. And does my nimble fingers dex specialty apply?
Gwen doesn't take the money. She just walks out.
Olga doesn't either. She doesn't want that dirty bitch's coin.
nope.
Sorry, what was my difficulty?
Difficulty 6. When in doubt, assume 6 unless I say something else.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, that's 5 successes.
Oh, yeah. You take the coins, and as he's distracted by the fact that no one else is taking any of the coins, you easily slip them right inside one of the pockets on his robe. And you all head out.
Actually, I would take the coins, and on the way on one of the villages outside, I would just give this someone like someone who's like on the streets.
Okay. Well, you've made some peasants' years,
Mm-hmm.
and you all are returning to your city. I think right here we're going to go to break, everybody. Look, the Inquisitors had 21 people counting the priest. They left with 6 that night, plus the priest 7. You poisoning's a bitch.
It is.
So we will see everybody in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break, because we're not done this chapter yet. Man, good thing you all weren't listening to what was being talked about in break. There was all kinds of discussions about other things they could have done with Inquisitors' bodies that are just fucked up.
Us?
Us? No.
Yeah, just other fucked up shit.
No.
It's hard to be on humanity in this crew.
So you all
cupcakes.
you all are en route back to
Sprinkles.
your city. On the second night heading back, you're not gathered around a campfire because you don't get that close to the campfire. You're back a bit when suddenly Between you all and the campfire, a tall, well-muscled man appeared. He's got red hair. It's uncombed below his shoulders. Looks like he hasn't put a brush in it in forever. A bushy beard that reaches all the way down his chest. Tunic and trousers. He's got a Roman breastplate on, but a Magyar helmet. You've met him before a few times, actually. It's Octavio again.
When was the last time we saw him, Storyteller, for context?
Last season.
So I haven't met.
Yeah, you've never met him, Eve.
You just see some madman walk up.
And literally, Olga's
Again.
just sitting with her arms crossed like, what now?
And he stretches his arm out in the Roman fashion, hailing you. He looks everyone over. His eyes linger a bit on Eve. Ave milites. Hear now these words, for on them rests the balance of times to come. Lo, I behold a great upheaval among the sons of the firstborn of Adam. Beneath their feet opened a great chasm. Upon its lip they stood, poised to fall. Opposite from them stand generations angry and resentful. Thus it is given to me to speak this warning unto you, O keepers of the balance, and bearers of the signs of the last days. And the children shall be divided, brother against brother, hands raised against one another, even as Cain himself once slew his kin. The lesser shall become the greater, and the great shall fall in a whirlwind of blood. One of the eldest have gone down into the pit never to return. Another awaits doom from the kiss of his ungrateful children. Arise now and go forth, all ye who hear my words.
Hello to you too.
Yeah, good evening.
Can we go one night, maybe, perhaps, without the earth-shattering prophecies?
Just
Look,
one.
The Lord
I
of
feel
the
it would-
Fiends stands upon the edge of destruction, and you bring me jokes. Whether
I said
or
hello
not
to
or
you
not he
too.
meets his end is within your hands. You possess the knowledge of his resting place. One will come to you asking for what you have. Think on how you respond to his help. And most importantly, be wise what you do once you arrive.
She looks to Octavian and says, truly, do you truly believe that ancient beings such as those that you speak of would not overtake some young host?
One has already fallen.
And does that mean that he will stay fallen?
Yes,
You certain about that?
I see the visions laid before me.
They could be wrong.
The God of thunder and anger speaks to me and tells me this is coming.
The god of thunder and anger, you speak to Thor.
Oh,
Cupola
Zeus.
is the name he goes by here.
Jupiter.
No, Cupola,
No. The demon.
the demon.
Hmm.
So how is he these days?
Slumbering for now,
Oh, good.
but I know that won't last forever.
It never does.
There's already one night where it seems to barely hold.
This is true.
Well,
He's-
thank you, Octavian, for your portents.
Just remember what I said.
We always
I'm
do.
not going to remember.
Who is this one?
Oh, one of our co-rulers. He has joined us from France.
Yves Marchand.
Be courteous now and introduce yourself to this man. Not you, Eve, him.
I
I am just Octavio, prophet
Thank you, Octavio.
of the God of thunder and anger.
It is not a god, it is a demon.
Yeah, the demon under the ground.
I worship gods.
It is the Lord of this land.
Mm,
That does not make him a god.
does not make him a god. There are many lords of the lands.
This
You will
is
see
true.
in time.
Of course.
We always do.
If we endure it, we will.
It is funny, you are new to these lands, and yet I also see you are caught up in this same strange fate these others are.
Truly.
We like company. What can I say?
You are all the fulcrum. And then he turns
That's ominous.
and starts to walk off and just disappears again.
At least I won't have to suffer alone.
Exactly. Goodbye, Octavius. Pleasure to
tell
see you again.
It is never a pleasure to see him.
I'm being
Never.
facetious.
He's Malkavian, right, storyteller?
Yes.
Okay.
How many Malkavian prophets do you see in a week?
Don't
Quite
ask
a
that
few
question.
at
Too
various
many.
points in time.
I must admit, some are far more tolerable than others.
I will say
Yeah.
that most of the time we can go years, hell, even a century without seeing one. And then all of a sudden they pop up like freaking gnats.
They are always white men.
Yes.
This is sad.
And
is
Anatole
very-
is Spanish.
Spanish. He's Spanish.
Moorish,
Okay.
actually.
Moorish.
Okay.
At least one of them travels with your little sister.
Yeah,
Yes.
That at least brings variety to it.
Until we met the Elisabetta, they had
Oh, the
all been
glowing one.
male. They had all been of the Moon Clan.
Yes.
I would like to learn her way of the cards. I think that is very interesting and very good for information gathering.
I can help you meet some Roma who would definitely know how to
We
teach
used
you.
runes and bones to divine.
Yes. It was ruined for us. But these cards are interesting. I like this.
Ah,
But the way of getting things, yes.
I feel, Eve, we should bring you in on something that we did that I'm sure you're curious about. And Snatch
I don't
will
know
just
if I'm
turn
curious.
and make like a quick eye contact with everyone else.
Olga has no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
shake-
curious
I
or
shake
not
my
since
head.
you haven't said anything. I'm curious.
We have found cuneiform tablets before.
Oh, yes, that.
Oh,
We have something of a
Collection.
somewhat distant history by this point. When we were first constructing the fortress for Ragu.
oh, the
Yes.
tablets that we gave to Ragu.
Yeah.
Indeed. But I
Ragu.
believe we still have the original rubbings as well.
Yes.
Are they all
Have all
connected
the
to each other
rubbings.
someplace or just different?
They tell Canine history.
I keep the collection in a book.
I would actually like to see that. Curious.
We will have to see where this new writing fits in the lore of what we have.
Yes.
I will translate it when I get back.
Good.
Excellent.
So we
Not
can
a
expect a
problem.
visitor asking us to know what something we know.
Yeah.
One of the Zamisi, I would assume.
I would assume. And it's likely one that's going to try to eat their ancestor as well.
I'm too sober
So-
for this conversation.
Perhaps one that's old but not ancient.
It could be your friend, Snatcher.
It could be your friend.
Micah.
I doubt it, though. Micah seems too vain for that.
It does.
I wouldn't know. I barely know him.
Oh, I can judge a man pretty quickly.
I'll leave your insight at that.
He's very vain.
Oh, I've met Vane before. Have you ever met
No.
Michael?
Oh, Micah was made to look like Michael.
Yes. No. Marcos takes Vane to a level of vanity that only Michael wishes he could to achieve.
But
It
yes,
makes
to
me-
answer your question, I did meet Michael
Yes.
and the Dragon and the venture
Yes.
that they had.
There was in Constantinople.
Yes,
We were both ghouls at the time.
Wouldn't it be Augustus? I think that was the
I think
adventure.
that was Augustus. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But yes, I met the Trinity.
Mhm.
It was a long time ago.
I named my son after him.
Was
Hey, that made an impression.
I'm sure he
Interesting
did.
Choice.
was Constantinople actually what people speak of?
At one time,
Yes.
yes.
That
At
is a
one
very-
time. But throughout our mankind's history, you can say, at one time.
That is a very heartbreaking loss, then.
I think it was already in decline when I came to wake you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Don't even
It
get me
was
on
not what it
Carthage.
was when I was embraced.
No.
When I was
No.
embraced, it was in its glory.
It was beautiful,
It was.
but it was not
But it was already in decline.
what I had heard.
Yes.
The towers were beautiful. The streets were gorgeous. Everything was, shall we say, perfect in a way. But as time comes, things fall.
And
Things crumble.
empires rise and fall.
I'm used to it, I'm Irish.
They always do. The
Perhaps
world
you'll-
changes over time. And if our kind don't learn to adapt with the changes, we will fall.
I dislike that the young rising up to slay the old now also directs towards us, as many of us have been around for quite some time. Some
It's not
in
only
flights
that,
to
we
Peregrine,
rule land.
and many of us also have progeny as well.
Mhm.
I do not want my brood to rise up against me, which is why I have treated them well.
Same.
Same.
But I would be lying if I said I'm not secretly concerned.
That is wise.
Yeah, you would be a fool otherwise.
If you need help with some of your brood and you don't mind me being the token aunt, I can help you.
They already sort of respect you for being the one who works around the docks.
I cannot have any of my own. I might as well help and assist you all when I can.
Perhaps one night you will become a foster.
That would be weird.
And you
Come-
would still do pleasantly.
No, I leave the adulting to you and the parentage to you all. You do it much better than I can. I'm just the good aunt that gives them tokens and rewards and it helps them through understanding you.
Find an orphan and deliver it on your doorstep. Understood.
Right.
But the
because
truth is, I am not totally convinced that the ancestors are not facilitating this. If they can overtake the ones who diablerize them, it gives them a new body.
This is true. Might take
I
them a
am
little
not
bit.
convinced that they are not behind it.
But why take a new body?
Upgrade.
To
You would
learn the new
lose-
ways, how old are they?
Hmm.
Especially a young one? Oh. Think of how
about it,
long
Doctor.
they could exist in that while learning the new world.
New look.
Yeah,
New face.
I'm telling
More
you,
who they are.
I do not believe they are so inept that they would allow their own destruction even while they sleep. How could they be our ancestors if they were that inept? How could they have survived millennia being that inept? And she looks to Augustine. Come now, brother. Our ancestor? Really? That inept?
I mean, our direct one is kind of.
Okay. But he is not directly from that one. We met
No.
the one that is.
Yes,
That is a cunning man.
That is a cunning man.
Trust, if I get the chance to meet him without Asaya around, I'm going to ask him to teach me everything he knows about the mysticism. Because obviously he hasn't lost himself to it like others have.
That is a dangerous road.
But he has figured out how to hold himself. I need to ask him. It is different compared to what we have seen others. I don't know for certain, but my instincts tell me this is a plot that we can't fathom. This unrest, this destroying of elders to make way for the young drinking the ancestors. It's a new world order.
Do you think the ancestors are that weak that they cannot turn around with all of their mental powers to
For the
force young
potency
ones?
of their own vitae.
Mm-hmm. I've seen things. I've seen the ways of things that are going, and if they get a new body, look different, they could live even more so now.
Yeah. And
These
be
are-
active.
These are games within games.
Of course.
The
Welcome to
mentality
politics.
needed for that.
Yes.
Is
They are
ancient
big-
and wise beyond any measure we know.
If I may advocate for a devil for a moment,
Of course.
despite how odious the speaker was, we should not dismiss the words of a prophet lightly.
Agreed. I do have some hesitancy when it's coming from a demon,
Mhm.
because a demon serves itself.
Of course, but it's also a demon that seems to have a vested interest in the surroundings for one reason or another, as you said.
And also ensuring that an ancestor doesn't get a new body and can run amok on its land, which is serving itself.
Mhm. I also don't trust the words of the prophet of this demon, because we had a hand in keeping it quiet.
Yes, we did.
So this could be a form of revenge.
And that prophet was no help with that.
No.
Another question to ask is, was the advice meant to be direct or was it meant to be manipulative? And they want us to do the opposite. If we're truly speaking of the machinations of ancients, then we need to think from as many angles as possible.
True. And I cannot speak to the machinations of a demon. Or some other primordial creature, whatever it actually is.
For what we've witnessed in the land, I feel demon is a rather apt term.
It feels very Christianized. But it is hard to say. Malkavians are some of the best manipulators you will ever meet.
Because you never know when they're doing it.
Exactly.
I think they do it all the time, so that way I don't mistake what they're saying. They always manipulate.
Right.
Best way to
Certainly.
do that.
It can be impassioned pleas to help them to do exactly what they want you to do. Or it could be stern warnings to get you to avoid doing something because they don't want you to do it. Or it could be they know that you are a bit rebellious by nature, and so you're going to do what they tell you not to do, and so they tell you not to do something that they want you to do. Either way, it's a manipulation. Just assume it every time a Malkavian opens their mouth.
This is
That-
true.
That is its own game to be played as well.
Exactly.
So many games.
All the time.
I recall my sire once giving a short, impassioned rant about the Roman Empire, where he said that the Ventru thought they ruled.
Ventru always think they rule.
It was the Malkavians, apparently, who were the grand advisors of the Empire.
Of course.
Find an old bruja, and they will go on about Carthage until your ears fall off.
Yes.
Trust me, that was 400 years of bullshit.
Yes.
And from the subject matter, I'm assuming Clan Malkavian had their hands on that as well.
Malkavian, Ventru, and La Sombra brought down that city. The bruja have never forgotten.
I heard,
Something tells me
I have
they never
actually
will.
heard word that there was a Toreador involved in that too.
Don't get me started on Elena and Manale, please. They are stories.
It is a
passed on
lover's
throughout
quarrel
the
that has
ages.
endured the ages. Yes.
Ever
It's
heard
possible.
of the fall of Troy? Helen of Troy?
Yup.
Exist.
They exist.
I don't feel I need to know where they are.
No.
I don't want to know either, and I'm glad I don't.
But perhaps we have at least a few nights after we would get home that we can ponder the situation and decide as a group what we will do when the visitor arrives.
Well,
Because
my
the
God.
simple truth is, if we blatantly move against the anarchs, they will target us.
Yes.
And all that we hold, they will corrupt our childer. They will work against us. If they didn't, I would be very disappointed in them. However, if we blatantly work with them, then we get the ire of all our elders. So we need some time to think over how we can subtly do things if we need to.
Didn't Augustine have an idea?
Yes,
Or am I not remember things correctly?
he has an idea.
Yes, I plan to reach out to a associate of mine once we get back.
Perhaps a
Okay.
new associate will come to you.
I'm not in the market for associates, but I will never turn away an associate.
Opportunity strikes while the iron is hot.
So,
one thing's for certain. We cannot handle this the way the Zamisi would,
no.
No.
because that would be trying to crush the Anarchs, which I see going poorly.
Now that it has started, it will never fully end. I can tell you that already. That is the way of rebellion. Once there are flaws exposed within a system, there will always be individuals that fight it.
Prove a god can bleed. Are they really a god?
Exactly. And there are many, even our age, that are now anarch because their sires have been abusive, not treated them with courtesy or respect. I do not consider myself anarch, but I will be the hand that orchestrates the downfall of my own sire. It's just going to take time.
I've always thought of that as you simply keeping an eye on him. It's harder to do that if you're rebelling.
Exactly.
Have to openly rebel for them to know this, yes?
Exactly.
If you do it subserviently or subtly,
They
what
never
do
see
know?
it coming.
How does it feel to have no more bond? Is it fading?
It will take time for it to fade completely. The trick is going to be avoiding him when he decides to pay visit.
Because he will.
Because he will. He doesn't like to lose his control.
No.
It is the
Nova
only thing he
Arpad.
has.
Nova Arpad will make sure that he comes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Where he will express his displeasure
And
at
make us take the
disappointing
bond.
her.
Yes. If he doesn't
The-
bring his friend with him, I may end him then.
The moment you say the word, and we can begin preparations to take him down.
Well, that or you find somebody stronger to get bonded to.
That is true.
And she just winks.
Snatcher, you can talk to birds, yes, with your animal powers.
That's yes in bird.
Oh, I'm learning so much. Do we want to perhaps use some birds to get the lay of the land of Nova Arpad's city so we start to work against her quietly?
And work on the trade and commerce.
Correct.
Yes.
Maybe trade becomes a little bit more difficult to go up in that direction.
Yeah, you know, the wagons are not as steady as they used to be.
The river is so dangerous this time of year.
Perhaps a small gang of criminals can take up residence inside the city too.
Perhaps.
I may or may not be starting to get a small group of people to learn how to, shall we say, kill indiscriminately and quietly.
Olga looks to Eve and says, "What are your thoughts?"
I mean, by your sire? I mean,
About anything.
oh,
You're so
anything.
quiet.
There is a lot.
It is a lot to take in, and it wasn't much to like this during the time of the courts. I was usually filtering out all the passionate artists that were trying to get in with my sire.
Was your sire good to you?
She was. She is. I
Oh.
haven't spoken to her quite a bit, but
What a blessing.
Consider
Very
yourself
passionate.
fortunate.
she had many.
Mine is a bastard, but I haven't seen him in quite a long time.
You should tell us what it feels like to have your bond released.
It's true.
Self-assured.
How old is your son, Eve, that you mentioned?
Oh, this was. He was about 5 when I was embraced. I took some finances and discreetly funded his education. His mother died of childbirth. Last time I saw him, he was about 20. He was married to a German woman, like his mom. My wife was German. I
You
wasn't.
never Googled him.
No. I was on the road a lot in my travels. In my youth, and I didn't want him to follow my footsteps too. If I wasn't embraced, I possibly would have continued that life. I want him to be stable somewhere.
Have you followed his lineage? Are you still taking care of the family?
I've lost track.
It
You
gets,
want help? Let me know.
it gets
I will
difficult.
keep an eye out. Yes. I knew he had at least one child. I think it was a daughter, but I'm not quite. I didn't want too much interference in his life because of.
Takes a strong person to not ghoul their child.
It was tempting, trust me.
I can imagine.
He had a passion for art. It was more of sculpting. But that's not what he ended up doing in life. So
So you had a good sire. What are your thoughts on the anarchs? Where do you side?
I mean, you two had, just by reputation, it just takes one bad sire in order to cause this. I mean, you're speaking of going against him already. I don't know. It's one person has an idea to rebel, and it's just contagious that way. It's just like make it seem like every single sire and every single maker is corrupt, is subtly manipulating you in ways to make sure you're never independent. And there is always going to be a hint of truth to that. We have to find that middle ground, so we don't seem like, we side with them or against them. I don't want an army of young chowder on us. It's nothing I've ever had to worry about, so it's making me. It's the wheels are turning in my head, though. If you have any plan, I will help as best as I can.
Stick close to Gwen. She'll protect you.
Yes.
The two common mentalities seem to be stay with the elders, gain experience, knowledge, and power from their victories. And then the other side, of course, is rise up, take what is yours, rightfully or not. It also seems like, are the Anarchs just obsessed with slaughter, or do they simply wish freedom? Because depending on their intentions, that can also change how things will go. Because I'm certain there are both types.
Wouldn't that be considered a third option, though? It's just wanting to exist, to be independent of this war.
I suppose.
Think about it. To be a slave to your master, meaning you never have individual thought. And the moment that you are free of that, then you no longer have to do the bidding because the blood wills you to, is an exhilarating experience. When I speak from personal experience as a slave, not just by being a ghoul, but I was a slave to my sire as well. I am now a slave to my clan. We will be slaves to whatever holds a higher power to us. The thing is what do we do with our entrapment and in our engagement to make it better for that to rest well and rest better at night?
Just to make the city as stable as we can, and when they come, they'll have to judge.
My current descendant is Grand Prince of Moscow.
Oh, congrats!
I keep
What's his
track
name?
of my lineage.
It would have been smart, yes.
The Rurala
Just like-
kids were, well, made into something grander because of me. Yes, right now it is Vasily.
Oh, is he
The
married and have
first.
children yet? Ooh.
He does have children.
Oh, good.
Well,
So
that
your line
continues.
still goes.
Yes, my line still goes.
May it continue to grow. And not be a dead man.
I served a domitor in my life who, through their vitae, blessed me to be able to bear a son. It was a Zamitzi. She was hoping to create a new revenant line. I bred true. and my line has been rulers of Kievan Rus and now Moscow. Never underestimate the machinations of elders and ones older than them. She then gave me two, she looks to Augustine, Asaya, to repay a favor, knowing damn well what I was. She did it to slight him, and he didn't even realize it. Because Asaya has so much hubris that he is a moron. And I have used that against him for centuries. It is a shame that you have lost track of your family, but perhaps it is for the best. Mine have been in positions where they have lost their lives trying to rule their domains. Luckily, some had brothers because they didn't have male offspring.
To be honest, I think it would have weighed heavily on you, Eve, to have to worry about your child being gold and
Yes,
having to survive this long with you.
so consider it the blessing it is you gave your son a life. A life that was taken from you. But you have made something of what you were given.
Decided to hone in my gifts.
Yeah.
And expand them exponentially. I wish to do something with everyone, with the whole entire community, and make something that'll last ages. Saying that we did this, not just me.
Yes. That is
I
why
inspired
we
them.
invited you to join us as co-ruler. I am what I am. I am ruthless, vindictive, cunning. But I also know, because I was a ruler in life as well, that taking good care of one's people is important.
Don't worry. The thought of your family will slowly dissipate from your mind in years to come. I don't even remember what my parents look like anymore.
Very
Or my
reassuring,
siblings.
Peregrine. Very nice.
No, it's true, though. It
The
is true.
memories fade. It's
You
a-
get so many new memories that take its place.
Sorry, I did that was a comfort.
It can be.
It can be.
You live so much longer. I mean, the mind can only take so much.
That's why I write everything down so I remember.
That's why I paint.
So
I
you
have over
remember.
Right. I got 700 years of books.
That's why I take little trinkets and trophies. So I remember.
Oh.
When was the last time you tried to paint your son? What do you remember of him?
The last time I tried to paint, I made sketches of him when he was merely a toddler. You know, I want to say even that young, he looked like my father, which was a little bit interesting. But
It happens.
you know, and he did grow up to at least where I left off, where he was living a modest life, humble, and Guess I can be proud of that.
I say, Father, you have succeeded.
Yeah. Thank you, I guess.
It is also not bad to have attachments. There's no need to feel shame for what you still care for.
No.
None at all.
Granted, we all care for things in different ways, even amongst this group. But we all understand what care is.
I am
Well.
going to go get some settle in. It'll be sunrise soon.
And as this group settles in, the rest of your trip back to your domain is rather uneventful, actually. And you arrive in a city, and Gwen immediately, I know, starts to translate the cuneiform on the tablet. And what she comes with is, I have found the key to power. It lies in surrender. Thus shall my name be forgotten or revealed by my brethren. From within my own destruction, I shall fasten my gaze upon those who would seek my exalted destiny for themselves. Lo, let them be wary, for I have seen the unfolding of fate, and I shall come again when my time is nigh.
And Gwen will tell them all what it says.
After all that discussion, and then we hear another message about something old rising up to crush opposition. You're truly right, Augustine. We cannot escape it.
It's like a curse.
To run from the past, to escape into the future is something we will never have.
I think it confirms my suspicion. That they are manipulating this in order to have a new lease on life. It will take time, likely, to supplant the one who did it. But I bet they will.
And being that these have been going on for centuries, long before any of us.
Yes.
We must have had grudges between each other and just want to continue it.
Shanky,
Yes.
Bitch Arpad said that the necklace that had the tablet and stuff was something that was like passed down from her line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What I know we talk about Arpad Venture, but what's roughly before her?
The Romans.
The Romans.
And before that, Ventru.
Yeah, every Ventru is of the line of Ventru, but
And I put my hand down on the line. This feels very much like a warning for the anarchy that's happening. I shall fasten my gaze upon those who would seek my exalted destiny for themselves. That is exactly what the anarchs are doing.
Yes. But also that gaze means they are using them as a tool.
They are aware of what's happening.
Yes. That is what I am saying. Because assuming that they are that inept to not be aware is insulting.
Okay, and I don't mean to be, shall I say, personal, but when you woke up from your sleep, you were rather thirsty, were you not?
Yes. But
These people have been sleeping for a millennium.
Right.
If they are culling people, are they not just culling a food source so when they wake up, they can feast?
But also, it allows them possibly to sleep a little longer before they fully wake up. They can delay the feast.
I feel it is a culling.
It might
It's
be.
C-U-L-L-I-N-G.
Yes, it might be. I am just conjecturing.
This is fair. I am not looking
and
to...
I believe we all are at this point because we don't know until we see what happens.
This is true.
Are we inclined to listen to the proposal that will be brought to us, or should we dismiss it out of hand?
I think how we should work this is when this visitor comes to make their request, we refuse them. And then whoever is going to operate secretly with them catches them before they leave.
There are too many coincidences to ignore here. The first line that you have written down, Peregrine, says that whoever wrote this found the key to power, and it lies in surrender,
Yep.
in allowing oneself
To be.
Utilized.
Yes.
utilized.
Now,
But
I can say...
We've seen Montano. He does not surrender.
Oh, but he did. Think about it. He agreed
that-
to serve willingly.
I cannot serve Moncada willingly. He is.
I know. But Montano agreed to serve willingly. Is that not surrender?
This. I served willingly.
And if you cannot serve willingly, then simply serve unwillingly. Bide your time. Your sister seems to be doing quite a magnificent job of it already.
I can be very patient when I need to be.
But if you... I'm not saying you two should serve willingly ever. No, I see how this man is. But I understand you put more energy and power into things that you need to do instead of wasting time on the resistance of the thing.
Exactly.
So if you surrender and offer yourself up, as Olga and I did as ghouls, you don't worry about all of the other things that occupy your mind. Why worry about the rebellion when you can do so much more
I
and progress
agreed to
faster in
serve.
power?
I agreed to serve my Domitor.
Yes.
Yes, it benefited me to do so. Look at the power it gave my bloodline.
Look at the power it gave her now that she is now Le Sombra.
Yes.
Look at what happened to me. I am not Broha. I could have been, but I am not.
God, you served such an asshole.
At 600 years, what did you expect? I served willingly because I knew my life would last longer. Power. Knowledge is power. But also, the knowledge of knowing how to utilize your power is even better.
That.
This is telling us, bide our time, serve willingly, and when the iron is hot and you are ready to strike, they do not see
not
what is coming.
hesitate.
Steadfast, and make sure that the pointy end of the stick goes into the heart. I'm not saying we are all going to be anarchists.
But you are overlooking that last line. I shall
They
come
are right.
again when my time is nigh.
This is true.
I'm telling you, this is confirming my suspicion.
They're plotting it.
Yes.
That could just mean that when they are it, that they bubble up to the surface, that they are allowing themselves to be it.
Yes.
New
So
body.
that they can take over a new body.
Hmm.
With new experiences, new memories,
New face.
new face. Hide from their enemies.
And a grand assistance that that body, unlike their previous, is awake.
Mm-hmm. And while it is in control still before they bubble up, it is able to maintain without causing great fucking massacres.
This is troublesome.
Isn't it? I find it absolutely fascinating.
It would not be Transylvania if we were not having to bulwark against madness at every single turn.
Oh, don't think it just happens here.
Oh, no, it happens everywhere. But here is a very specific structure.
I mean, look at how long Mithros has been reigning Londinium. Who's to say that he won't actually think about doing that at some point too?
Exactly. Fool some idiot young one to come and sip.
They would deserve everything that happens to them. Firstly, one does not usurp Mithras.
No.
I guarantee
One does not
you.
usurp ancestors.
Can you imagine the power that it would take to usurp Mithras from Londinium? It would take a greater army than this world has at this present time.
Look at what Saulot has done to Tremere.
Yes. That is the best example.
You caught
being
that
a
too,
wad of
yes?
meat.
You caught that too.
There has never been an anathema that I have seen that has turned anyone into a worm.
Exactly.
What he thought he was taking was a trick on him. I wonder how long it will take.
I do not know, but that is interesting because we know about what time they did it. We shall
Yes.
see if we endure.
Oh, Lindor.
Storyteller,
Yes.
did we happen to hear about the bullshit Goratrix pulled after we dropped him off?
No.
Okay, so we
Seoris
don't know.
doesn't-
Seahorse is locked down.
Yeah, Seoris does
Gotcha.
not leak much.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we don't know if Goratrix is still kicking or what the fuck is going on with that.
Nope.
Okay. Sort of figured, but thought I'd ask.
No, we don't have a Tremere.
I think.
I think that's as close as you can get.
Yeah, I think Michael Jackson wrote a song about that. "Man in the Mirror."
Yeah. So,
Peregrine, could I have some paper? Then I need to send word to some people.
Sure. She will give him paper and pen.
So our approaching strategy is simply shore up what we already defend and take no active side until we are told to.
exactly. And I am willing to entertain other ideas on what you think we should do. Also, let's find out when this person comes, what their appeal is.
You have to hear the plea before you can say no.
Exactly.
I'll have my thieves keep an eye out for what is traditionally seen as Zamitsi as well. We'll keep a monitor on the clan as they enter and exit.
It could be something else, though, that they send in their stead.
It might not be a Semitsi.
It might not
But we
be
have
a
the
Zamitsi.
guards. Have a open eye and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And Augustine's going to be the one collaborating with the Anarchs then. Should it be more than one of us? Or would that be too suspicious?
That would be suspicious.
To
Unless
this lovable scamp.
you fall like dominoes. If it's just me first, and then slowly I pull someone else in, then we can pull someone else in, and then we can really start to prove that we are part of this movement. When in reality, we are looking for threats to disable them before they become difficult.
That is a
Yes.
very good idea.
I have learned some things from you.
I believe
You are making me proud, brother. Keep it up.
I believe the second one in that could maybe be Eve. You seem to have a courtly talent.
You are all about the community.
You are.
Yes.
How good are
Do
you
my
at
best.
lying?
Not great.
We'll have to fix that.
We will have to fix that. You spend
That
some
was a
time
lie.
with me. I'll teach you how to lie with a straight face.
That was a lie, but okay.
You are good.
And so this group
I can try to blend it.
can go their separate ways tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And over the next month, very odd thing begins to happen. Ships stop docking at your port. Trade falls sharply off. You don't know why. But perhaps you'll find out next episode as we pick up a month after this night. But within the Get of Cain, there is a hunger stirring. Once, twice, thrice, the call to power and death will rend the souls of the 13. This is the death without bloodshed. This is the grave that has no ghosts. Behold, one dies in silence, cries unheard. Children will bear his name, but not his blood. Blissful in ignorance, savoring blindness. His Get live out the minutes one by one. From the prophecies. And I'd like to thank my players, you the viewers. Let's go with 5 XP tonight.
God damn. That means we're in for shit next session.
You are.
No, you side in that.
That fragment that was on the necklace was written by one individual in particular. That was part of Salute's prophecies, written by him. For those that know vampire history, they know what he meant because they know the ultimate fate of the one who slew him.
I'm telling you, Olga gets it because she does not underestimate the power of ancient fucking beings.
We have now had one founder, one of the 13 has fallen, Salute. Second of the 13 has fallen, the Sombra. There's one left, according to the prophecies. Please join us on our Discord. The cast of this show comes from our Discord. Actually, all our shows are cast directly from the Discord. While we don't have any casting calls up now, they pop up from time to time. And it's the only way to get a chance to play with us. We don't do casting calls on Twitter. We don't do casting calls off YouTube. It's all on our Discord. So you want to be on our Discord. We also do Zoom Hangouts when we can. Non-streamed games. Blood on the Clock Tower normally, when rarely. It's tough getting enough people together for that. But it's also where you can talk to members of the cast and get opinions from them and troll Augustine there with gifts in the Dark Ages chat, because he likes to comment on episodes as they play out with gifts, so you can get into meme wars with him during the episode. So check that out. If you want to see back episodes, pop over to our YouTube. Catch pop episodes of this one. You can get back episodes of Ishvel. No, it didn't display because Astro beat you to it.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck? I know the bot's still up.
Yeah. We've got all the previous seasons of Dark Ages here. We've got Changeling, Demon, which is coming back soon, October. Wraith, Werewolf, Mage, another Chicago Chronicle that just started up. So if you want to get in on the ground floor of one of our Chicago Chronicles,
We're only 2 episodes in.
yeah,
y'all.
perfect time to catch in the ground
And
floor
plot is moving
of
at
Junie's
an accelerated rate, and I fucking love it.
Chronicle. You get a chance to do that. Check that out. If you want to see Call of Cthulhu or D&D 5e, go over to Ishvel. I'm going to update the bot. There's a new link for it. But this link works too, so you can go to either one. Don't worry. If you want to see some amazing friends, we have one of them right over here. What you got going on there, Will? Chew will love it on Twitter.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Ravnos Archon here on Twitch. I run TTRPG stuff on my own channel. We're on a bit of a break because of life happening, but you can catch me here on Wednesdays where I'm in a multitude of games, and you can catch me in front and behind the screen on Friday for our Queen's Gambit overture, I guess is the best word.
Overly ambitious project?
Yeah. Magnus Opus.
Man, if we pull it off. It's going good so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm not worried. Apparently, I have the easiest splat to run.
Yeah, you got the
Wraith.
easiest splat to run.
Yeah, it's not like there's a billion powers and 2 separate characters for each player.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Ben and I already started talking about bad things happening, so.
Oh, you're late to the party. Because Red and Brad.
Yeah.
So,
it's Red and Brad.
It's just Red and Brad. Okay,
yeah.
we know.
And I just want to point out, Ravnos Archon on Twitter, he goes by Chew Will Love It. And the fact that his Twitter handle is a pun on a bad site, because Twitter, I don't care, it's not X, it's Twitter. Twitter's a bad site, but his name is a pun, and it kills me every time I have to tag him for this stream.
I made that long before I started streaming. Otherwise, it would have been Ravnos Archon.
Well, you can rename it.
I don't want to pay Elon.
You used to not have to pay.
Yeah, now you do.
Yeah.
I renamed mine at one point.
Because you got to pay for everything because he's losing money hand
Yeah.
in
Fuck
fist.
that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Don't give him money.
Don't give him money.
Down here, Junie Von Esch. You can find her on our channel. I know that for sure, but where can people find you?
You can find me here. You can find me at my channel where I do cute things, merch, and sometimes I blow up things because I need to kill more people and bring up my body count. Find me on Will's.
And she froze a little bit.
I froze. I don't know why I'm freezing. Hello. Hi. Domo arigato, Mr.
Chicago
Roboto.
weather. What do you expect?
Hey, I can't blame that. But you can find me a couple of places. Just look at my Twitter and Instagram. It's the best way to find out where the hell I'm at.
Or if you're on our Discord, when she goes live,
too.
you can find out on her Discord. And you can find her Saturday nights here, Friday night for parts of Queen's Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. Right here.
Where
Beetle
else? Can I
Spot,
get in a
let
room?
everybody know where you've got some stuff going, because I know you got stuff that you do.
Yeah, I haven't done any projects recently. I'm trying to find out a bit more, but I've done third-party content on DM's Guild for D&D 5e. One of them, which I contribute to, is for the Domains of Dread. So stuff used in like Curse of Strahd can be used with that. And one is the Domains of Delight, which is our Domains of the Feywild. So I contribute to both. DM's Guild, I can probably provide a link somewhere sometime. And Nick Didato, my name.
So check that out. Maddox, tell people where they can find you. I just want to do that because, you get upset if I don't call on you.
I'm over it at this point. Whatever. You can find me, well, first as the storyteller of the Changeling Chronicle, currently not ended, but not currently ongoing on the channel.
It's on break.
It'll be back in January.
Yeah, it's on a very lovely hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
But you can always look forward to that when it comes back in the new year. And yeah, I don't really have anything witty this time around.
Oh, you'll be on Queen's Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll also be the Changeling portion of Queen's Gambit, as well as a player in one of the splats.
You get to see him in Wraith.
Yeah.
If you watched Queen's Gambit last week, the break video shows all the players that are in all the Queen's Gambit, and you get to see him in Wraith. So
you see him on Saturday nights too.
Mm-hmm, Saturday nights here
Our
too.
lovable Tremere.
He plays a fucking Tremere. He plays an Tremere. Should be Ash.
I can't wait for the Changeling. I can't wait to do that.
We pull it off.
It's
going to be
say
fun
that
anyway.
Before it's happened.
It'll be fun no matter what happens.
Yes,
so.
that's why I'm saying it now.
If you want to give something to these players, bits of donation so you know they go to the players, not to the studio. It's a way for you to give to the players. Mental note to myself, I need to update the spreadsheet for the bits because it's been a little while since I did that. If you want to give to the studio, subscribe here on Twitch. At least you get rid of ads, even if they take half. And ads suck on TTRPG streams because you almost always miss something important. I'm not going to lie. But you can also pop into our coffee, buy Mama a coffee. Or, hey, money's tight. I understand that. If you're watching this on YouTube, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon. All that drives up our YouTube engagement. Trust me, we don't make a lot of money. And because I refuse to even turn on mid-roll ads, we make less than we normally would because I hate ads as much as you do. So, hey, support the players and the cast of the show in the studio if you can. And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife. Oh, I forgot merch. You can go to our merch store and turn it over to my wife so she can give her portion of the outro or the schedule. Sorry, our schedule.
All right. So thank you all for joining us for this Wednesday evening of, I'm getting real fucking tired of Malkavian fucking prophets. I'm just saying.
Look, the trope doesn't die.
Your boy Twitch.
I literally am getting so sick of Malkavian fucking prophets. But anyway. Join us Friday when we are back here. I am running Queen's Gambit, the vampires portion of the story. We are having our second session of Vampire. My group of vampires is staring down a very hangry fucking gargoyle in this lockdown Tremere Chantry. Yeah, they've been plotting all week in our private cast chat about how they're going to tackle this combat. So yeah, join us 8 p.m. Eastern Friday for that showdown, and we'll see who survives. And then Saturday, we have a double feature. We've got Call of Cthulhu 7E at 3 p.m. Eastern, run by the amazing European GM Dr. Tiss and her crew of intrepid investigators frolicking around Victorian-era London and surrounding environs, doing all the sus-ass shit.
Now I picture them doing the Wizard of Oz, Yellow Brick Road, arm in arm, running around through, Eldritch horrors, and they're armed and armed.
One of them at least wants to kiss Cthulhu. But,
Your Annie would kiss Cthulhu. We know it. You all know he would.
So that's at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Then at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, Junie here is running her Chicago Hidden City V5 Chronicle that is set in 2010. Myself and Maddox are in that, as well as amazing other cast. For real. John Levere, Ree, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking. And Tara. Yeah, so y'all, for real.
They're going underground.
We're going underground. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're going into the undercity of Chicago to find shit that Kevin asked us to find, not retrieve, but find. Yeah.
Hey, we'll still retrieve it.
We'll still retrieve it, but he's going to owe us for that.
Oh, you want this to go where you want it to go?
Oh.
Sweep in the pot.
Yeah. I have demands then.
See, we are the coterie that will turn Kevin Jackson into the prick he is.
Yes, okay. This is how this happens, okay? So that's 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And, of course, you can check me out at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday on Ree's channel as I play with Inkblood Demon, who is in our Call of Cthulhu on Saturdays. On Ree's channel, we'll replay Call of Cthulhu there.
Inkblood Demon, Showtime Demon on our Discord. He's already on his second character.
Oh, yes, he is. There's a few people that have done second characters in the game already, but one of them was like, no, my character was really good friends with his OG character and would have been just devastated, so she won't return. So instead, it's her brother now. But yeah, so... So now we're playing Mass of Narlatep. I think I said that right. And I probably didn't.
Close enough.
And we are now in the actual campaign. We did the prelude in Peru. One of us got lost to the aether. The rest of us survived, but now we're in New York. And it's kind of nuts.
Sanity, what's that?
Yeah, it's already nuts. So join us over there at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday.
And then come back here next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we'll be
We
back.
are 5 episodes in. We might make 8 at this season. It might be 7. You know, Dark Ages ends when the chapter ends, but they got a little bit more to do this chapter. So we'll find out what that is. And as always, everybody, as we end these streams, mental health. I have to talk about this. I want you to take your mental health seriously. I want you to take other people's mental health seriously. Please check in on them around them, or check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay. Reach out. Try to be a lifeline, because a lot of people need that. And if you suffer from mental health issues, I want you to reach out to your support network. And if you don't feel you can, or you're in crisis, please, in chat, there's a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can reach out and find somebody on the other end of the line, because mental health is health. And while it's okay to not be okay, we want you to take care of yourself. And we're coming up on October, which is a particularly big month for me when it comes to mental health, because I lost a friend to mental health issues. So I want you to take it very seriously. So please. And if you're watching on YouTube or you're not in the U.S., you can go to findahelpline.com, put in your country of origin, and find out the support lines in your country. Because, you know, it's not just about this country, it's about all the countries. Mental health is universal. It doesn't care about borders. So please take care of yourselves. And now I can turn it over to Mama for her portion of the outro.
Y'all, seriously, do take care of yourselves, okay? It's rough out there. And also seasonal affective, it can affect you in summer and warm months or cold months. And if it's just relieving for you, fantastic. I hope you feel well soon. If it's just starting to kick in for you as the days get shorter, solidarity. We just got to pull ourselves through it. And sometimes it feels like we're pulling ourselves through mud trying to do it. I get you. But seriously, take care of yourselves. Also, make sure you get fucking vaccinated. If you haven't had a fucking Tdap in 10 years, go get one. There's a fucking pertussis outbreak at a goddamn college. Whooping cough. That can kill infants and elderly that are vulnerable.
And Shankies.
And Shankies. Yes. People with respiratory compromisation.
Yeah, I got fucked up respiratory system.
Yeah. So seriously, get your fucking Tdaps. Get your fucking COVID boosters for fucking real, because it's never going anywhere. Okay. And get your flu shots, because it's time now to start getting flu shots this month into next month. So please get your fucking flu shots. And tetanus is a bitch. You don't want it. So get your fucking Tdaps for fucking real. Take your meds, drink your water. Please try to get some sunshine when you can. It has been raining for 2 straight fucking days here. And oh my God, I hurt from head to toe. I'm ready for some fucking sunshine. So get some sunshine when you can. And, you know, make sure you take care of yourselves, because the mind and the body works together. But lastly, y'all know I'm political as fuck. Republicans legit voted no en masse in the Senate to protect access to IVF. Because they claim it's protected. Nothing's going to happen to it. Meanwhile, in Alabama earlier this year, they made frozen embryos become children legally, which made a number of fertility clinics stop operating. And then they had to backpedal real fucking fast and create legislation that would protect clinics so that they wouldn't be prosecuted under that stupid fucking law that's built on a lie that life begins at conception. So they're telling us it won't happen, but it's already happened, and it will continue to happen if there's not protections in place. So that's what Republicans are showing you they are. Yeah. Yeah, that they're showing you what they are. So literally make sure you're registered to vote. Go to iwillvote.org. Check your registration status if you're already registered, because in a lot of Republican states, they do hinky shit like restrict registrations or just completely purge voter rolls. Make sure your registration is still active and valid. It's important to do so every fucking week leading up to these elections, especially high-profile ones where the entire fucking House of Representatives is up for election. And make sure you turn out. If your state allows mail-in voting, sign up for mail-in voting if that's convenient for you. Go to early voting. Do on-site if you need to do that. Whatever, just make a plan. Having an idea is one thing. Have a fucking plan. Talk to people. Ask them if they're voting. You don't have to tell them who to vote for. Just ask them if they're voting. Ask them if they're registered. Help people get registered. For real. It's important that we all turn out this November because literally the fate of human rights in this country is on the line. The fate of our democracy is on the line. And literally, the Republicans are running a fucking felon and a rapist and a raging fucking misogynist as VP. They're showing you who they are. Another Republican senator this week told an Arab American woman in council to hide her head in a bag. They're showing you who they are. That was Senator Kennedy from Louisiana. I wonder which chapter of the Klan he's in. Oh yeah, I said it. So they're showing you who they are. Vote, y'all. Get registered, vote. Said with love.
And fuck the Republican House right now because they're talking a shutdown in an election year. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, yeah, because you know.
That's all. I just want to say that. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, millions of people will be without income if they do that.
Go fuck yourselves. And I guess it'd make it easy to vote because, you know, if they shut the government down. If it stays shut down long enough, we'll make it to voting day.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I just want to say, give some love to your Haitian neighbors.
Yes.
They don't deserve the bullshit.
Oh, my God.
That's all. We thank you for coming, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.